Hello, I am Kodili-nye. Good morning, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone and geographical location. We are having another video again. I am the son of the wonderful. I hope you are having a wonderful time. Thank you for all your support. We are going to discuss issue pertaining to Anambra State. Recently, if you are aware, the government of Anambra State, led by the erudite professor of economics, Soludo, recently went to overdrive on environment, on getting the environment with some policy announcement, which we've been advocating in this channel, and we've been hoping that the government should have done over the years. But now that it seems like they are waking up from their deep sleep over years of inactivity and no cohesive economic or any planned thing on the economy or economic sustainability, environmental sustainability, not economic. So, but since they started having this this year, they have started to have something that we can also be proud of. But that's what we're going to discuss today. Especially, we are discussing about the recent statement by the environmental commissioner of Anambra State, Dr. Felix Odumegu, in which is talking about color coding for house painting, repainting of houses and planting tree. But we are going to dwell on color coding on the buildings, which we must also discuss about. And we are going to discuss about this repainting, especially repainting of houses, and applying color coding in streets corners. You can see around this place, just show you this place. You can see the houses. You see that they have almost the same pattern or color coding. You can see, I'm just walking around this place. You can see that it has almost similar pattern. You can see it has a similar color code. You can see that they have like a brownish white in it. So most of them have that here. So you can see even the roofs. So you can see, although where I am walking at the moment is not really too much distant, but a lot of line of houses. But we're going to discuss about this. You cannot also understand the importance of this. But we are going to discuss it in terms of economic, what it can add to the economy, the economic viability of it, and the economic growth it will bring. So I think we'll have to call this vlog the economy of repainting housing in Anambra State. The economy of repainting houses in Anambra State. I think that's what we are going to call this. We are going to call it the economy of the economy of repainting houses on the streets in Anambra State. The economic impacts. So I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Remember that you need to like, you need to comment, you need to turn on notification button, you need to share our videos, and you need to always tell a friend and tell a friend. Very important, because together we can all be in one accord and in one page. And remember, we are on a journey of success. We are on a road, a path of success. And that path of success is great. You can see this pathway. You can see how it looks. You see? There is, and this is a school. You can see this is a school. You can see this is a school. That's a school. You can see people running. You can see them running on this place, enjoying the environment. You can see that's people running, having a nice environment. So environment is something that any sensible government should not be toying with. It should have a proactive plan, and that plan is a plan that is sustainable and can involve people, that many people will buy into. And by buying into it, it will also help in the economic growth of that place. So any society that toils with the environment run the risk of being wiped out completely, run the risk of being completely, taken away from human existence. So and they run the risk of having a lot of issues, and they will also have the problem of underdevelopment. That's why you see that a lot of African countries and nations and even states in Nigeria that abandon the economy, the economy of environmental things, or looking after the environment. You must have seen that there are a lot of poverty. The poverty rate is very, very high. Once you abandon the hello beauty, how are ya? That's very, look at that, wonderful. So once you abandon the environment, you create diseases, unemployment, underdevelopment, and you create massive destruction of ecosystem, dirty environments. So that's why we in this channel we are passionate about looking after our environment in our homeland. We always speak of our environment. Some people talk that, oh, why are we all the time talking about environment? Environment bring economic growth. That's why many people go to places like Dubai. Why they are going to Dubai is because in Dubai they did something on the environment, and because they did that, it started increasing the economic viability of that city and the country as a whole. So that's why it's very, very important. Let us just look at these houses. You can see while we are talking about the color coding, the economy of repainting houses in the city or in Anambra State. you can see the economy. You see here, you can see it's almost the paintings and the color applied in these houses are mostly similar. They have brown, they have white, or something that is a little whitish on them. So that's exactly, you can see the curb. You can see that it's almost the same. You can see what they did here. That's exactly. So that's what we are discussing about. And that's what we are advocating in our homeland. But we are talking about the economy of these repenting houses in the streets of Anambra State. The economy of repenting houses in the streets of Anambra State. The economy. So now, let's start rolling. Can we? What do you think? So let's start dishing out figures. Some time ago, we did a video about this economy of having a policy of business park. And in one of what we discussed, we were talking about that government having a business park where paints and people will be grown on how to do paints, and at the same time give the seed money to start it. And we discussed about that. And in discussing about that, we said, okay, to make the economy moving, you get like 1,000 people in that business park and have business industry, 1,000 industry there that produce chemical paints and all soap and all those things. But the government will also re-engineer or refloat the economy in production by making a policy that will create a demand for paints and chemicals with the streets in rows and the state that most of the houses are dilapidated without painting, that they need to make a policy that will make the people to repainting their houses. And by repainting their houses, there is demand for production of paints. And because there is demand for production of paints, what happens is that these industries are sustained. So they are sustained, and because they are sustained, more people are employed, more people are engaged, and the state has a lot of money. That's what we discussed in one of the vlogs. If you go back in this some of our video, you will see that. So now that the state government suddenly, after maybe with what we have been discussing and others, start this knowing about talking about this now, which we know if they can sustain it, if they sustain it, or if they decide to sustain it, it will do a lot of it will bring a lot of economic viability to the state. It will bring a lot of industries. It will increase the industrial growth, the economic growth in the state. So that's the benefit that can be derived from this if they this is Richmond Gate. One day we are going to bring you vlog concerning this place. This is Richmond Gate. You can see that's the famous Richmond. The Richmond. We are going to bring you something very soon. We're going to do vlog very soon in Richmond Park. This is a great park provided here. We're going to do this one day, but that's not what we are discussing today. We are talking about the economy of repainting streets, repainting houses, and in the street of the homeland in Anambra State. So now, if Soludo government sustain this policy with carrots and stick, what will happen is a lot of people will be gainfully employed. The economy will be refloated. And by refloating the economy, you know that there will be decrease in unemployment. And once there is a decrease on unemployment, what will happen is that the country, the state, or the homeland will now become something that we will be proud of. So you heard that they put something like let's see this place. Let's see this place. Say Rodan Crescent. You can see what they put. You can see how this place is. You can see. So that's so you were marching. This is we're marching on the street. You can see. Let's bring that road corner for you to see. You can see how the place is, and the same color, the color coding for this area. Repainting, you see the same color. I think you can see how it is. Let's bring it nearer for you to see what we're about. You can see how it is. So that's what we are discussing about, but the economy of it. So now let's just look at we use like OP worker down to, we use, for instance, OP worker on nature down to Main Market or Mall Street or Okwe Street. So let's just look, use them as an example. If the government get those people to repaint their houses and businesses. So remember, from that OP worker flyover down to Main Market, you have thousands of buildings, and they are going to need thousands of buckets of paint to do that job, and meaning that there will be overdrive in production of there will be a massive demand for the production of paint. There will be massive demand for the production of paint. So, and this will create economic viability in Anambra State. It will create economic viability in Onitsha, in Oka, in Nnewi, in Ekulobia, in Iyala, in Otuocha, in many places. So many people will start to build. If the government is not setting up a business park for paint industry, many people will get into the business of paint, not just having the industry. Many people will start moving into this because they will see it as a viable option for them, and many people will be employed. You see, that's what will happen immediately the government start up this. That's what will happen. That's exactly what will happen. So that's exactly what will happen if the government decide to do this. That's exactly what will happen. You know? So that's exactly what will happen if the government decide to go, to enforce this policy by using carrot and stick approach, as they are doing now. You must have heard that they declared from this month to 10th of March that any street that successfully repaint their places, their houses with color coding and having trees and drainages, trees planted and drainages and street tidied up, that what will happen is that they will the first prize will be 10 million naira, and the second prize will be 5 million naira, and the third will be 3 million naira, which is like a carrot approach. It's also helping to bring what we call it helps to bring interest, because you need to bring people on board. It will help to bring people on board to this policy, because some policies doesn't work in Nigeria because the people you are making those policies or laws are not part of it. So now, when you bring that competitiveness, a competition in many of the places in something that's on environment. So now, as you are doing it, the next step is to have enforcement, bringing a carrot approach. So that carrot approach will also help to, let's see this side, let's see, you can see how it is. You can see how this place is. You can see how beautiful the place. You can see. Let's brighten it up a little bit for you to. Okay, we'll bring it nearer for you to see. Bring it nearer. You can see how it is. I think you've seen it. This one is under construction. You can see how it is. So yes, you can see. So let us be marching again. So what we are discussing about the economy of this repenting, how this can impact on the economy, what it will do to the production in the country, in the state, in the homeland. Remember, our homeland must be livable and must be prosperous. And for it to be livable or prosperous, there must be policy formulations that will gear towards that. Nigeria and the homeland has been accused of not being productive, and that's true, and that's absolutely true. And because of this reason, so that's what you can understand. That's what, because of these reasons, that over the years we abandoned the environment. And because we abandoned the environment, this has actually brought this problem, why the industries are not growing. The industrial growth was neglected because the because the government has no economic environmental policies that will gear in sustaining the economy or bringing economic growth. They were just busy wasting people's space and time. So, but with the determined effort of Soludo, or the determination of Soludo on this level, you know that something tangible will come out of it, especially economic and industrial growth. Industrial growth, the environment will be revamped, at least looking like where people live, not animals. So some people has described the homeland as a dustbin where houses are unkept, houses look very, very untidy. And it's so, it is so because of the government failing over the years and the people failing. But the people will not be blamed much because they are like sheep without shepherd over the years. So the government are meant to govern. The governors are meant to lead, set example. But when they fail, the people are on their own. They carry on things however they fit them. And what you have is a situation of complete shambles and complete lawlessness. So, and the environment suffers, and the people suffers everywhere, you know. And that's what we've been talking about. And that's what we've been discussing. And I do believe that as we are discussing about it, that you can now understand why we are passionate in this channel about these things. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. What do you think about the economy of environmental, the economy of a clean environment, the economic growth coming out from a clean environment or pursuing environmental policies? Do you think it will increase our economy? Do you think it will create jobs? Do you think it will create jobs, especially on the repainting of houses and color coding of houses? If yes, comment on the comment. You can comment. You can comment. You can comment. You can comment. So that's what we are discussing. Comment on the comment section. Please comment. If you are watching this, we are discussing about how the economy of the Anambra State will grow because of Soludo's drive on the economy, on the environment. Soludo sustain policy on environment. So that's what we are discussing. We are discussing the economic impact of good environmental policy, especially repainting of street, houses and roads. The economic impact. That's what we are discussing. Do you think it will enhance the economy in the way of job creation, building industries, small-scale industries, people gainfully employed? Do you think it will? That's what we are discussing. So now, well, let's continue what we are talking about. So you can see how this place is. Even the fence is painted. He has a color coding as well. You can see this is a school, and you see how they kept this place. You can see all these places. You see a lot of schools here as well, and houses. You see the road, well marked, the color coding, and you can see the markings. You can see them. So the buildings are repainted. The buildings are tidied up. You don't deface the street with unpainted houses or dilapidated houses. So now we are talking about the Obicubana to main market. If the whole of that place is repainted, those houses, owing to this policy of Anambra State government led by Professor Soludo, what will happen is that those that are selling paint will start making good business. There will be demand for their products or their goods, and the industries, there will be massive demand for more production of paints, and the raw materials for paint industry that is also in the state, there will be massive demand on that as well. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. So there will be demand. So, and this demand will actually help the economy of Anambra State. So there will also demand for laborers, for services, painters, all different people. There will be demand for employment to employ them. The industries has to employ more people. So there will be more demand for more people to be employed. And because of that, more people might also come into the state. More people will start moving into Anambra State, thousands of people more, because there are guaranteed jobs in the state. So those that don't have jobs will start be getting jobs. Some of them might be trained on this newfound gold mine, because once this thing is carried, it means that maybe every year or every 2 years they will be repainting. They will start repainting houses. You can see this place. You can see color coding. Do you see the color of the houses? You see? You can see. So that's what we are discussing. So the people will have jobs that can sustain them. For sure. They will have jobs that will sustain them. There will be increase in productivity. And because there's increase in productivity, the state also, the internally generated revenue must increase, because those people has to pay taxes. Those industries, small scale and large scale industries, will pay taxes to the government. And because they will be paying taxes to the government, you know what that means? What that means is that the economy will grow so much just on that single distance. So I'm just using one road in the homeland, in Onitsha, Obicubana to main market, where you have thousands of houses on both sides of the road. So thousands of houses and stores. the demand to repent them will be huge, and it will create a lot of businesses. It will create new businesses and a lot of other things. So think about that. So that's what we are discussing about. And if you are in support of this, you can always comment. If you are in support of it, always comment. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you think it will be a game changer? Do you think it will be a game changer if this is carried on? Do you think it will be a game changer if this is carried on? What do you think? What is your thought on that? I am still Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. What is your take on what we are discussing? Do you think this will change anything? What is your take on it? What is your take? What is your take? You can see the environment here. You can see this place. Did you see how greenish the whole place is? We just come in this place. You can see the trees are yet to have their leaves back because of the coldness of the weather. You can see how green the place is. You can see. So you can see how the place is. So the repainting of houses is a win-win situation. It will be a masterstroke by Soludo government. It will be something of a delight. It will be something that will change the face of Anambra State for good. Will change the face of Oka. Will change the face of Onitsha, Nnewi, Ekulobia, Ihiala, Otuocha, everywhere. It will completely change these areas and make them a livable and a prosperous area. So it will change a lot of things, for sure. It will definitely change so much. It will change so much. It will change a lot of things, for sure. So I don't know about your thought on that. I don't know your thought. But what I know is for sure that there will be a great change that will come to the homeland once this is sustained. I do believe that the economy will benefit so much, that the economy will benefit and people will also benefit, because as the economy grows, there will be more opportunities and there will be more new skills, new jobs, and more wealth to the people. So that's what we've been advocating in this channel, and with you together we will always succeed in this. That's why we always ask you to always support us, always encourage us by watching our videos. That's why we always count on you, because with you on our side we will go places. And I do believe that we are not taking your support for granted. We are not taking your support for granted. I always appreciate most of you that shares our video. I met a man that was traveling to London, to America with the wife, and I met me and said, I saw you in the YouTube. Are you a vlogger? I said yes. And he was very, very glad what we are doing. So people are appreciating, people are sending comments, people are sending messages on what we are doing. especially making our homeland livable and a prosperous homeland. You know, with you, our homeland will be better. Our homeland will be better than we see it at the moment. It's sad that over the years we have done things very wrong. We have done the wrong things. We have elected people that doesn't care about the environment, doesn't care about human existence, those who are not even in line with modern practices on environment, those who are basically there just for the benefit of the office, being called the excellency is, but they have not been excellent in anything, even environment. The environment has not been excellent. I saw the dilapidation of infrastructure in the homeland. I cried. Before Soludo took over, I was shocked. The amount of mess, the houses were completely torn into, some of them were covered by dust, covered with a lot of oil and a lot of things, and some of them were decorated with refuge, waste, and a lot of extensions and attachments and slum in front of them. A lot of them were without trees, and you imagine that who is that have been the governor before, or who are those that have been the governor? So you can see that they have done a pretty bad job. They have not done their jobs. They have failed on the line of duty. They have failed to even impart life through the environment. They have not bring the economic growth, because neglecting the environment has caused a lot of people to be running to many places they are not need to go. Places that the homeland is supposed to be better than. But our people have been forced to go those places in spite that they're supposed to be the sons and daughters of the great king. But the sons of and daughters of the king has become beggars in many street corners of the world, has struggled because those that are supposed to keep the homeland moving failed. They have not added any value, because what would have been Dubai if the environment, if the houses are not color-coded, if the environment was not revamped? Millions of people flooding to Dubai every week. Do you think they would have been going to Dubai? Do you think they would have been going to? What would they be going there if it's just a sand-dung, dirty streets, deserts everywhere? Do you think they would be going there? Not at all. They won't be going there, because what are they going there to do? They won't. But because the leaders of Dubai or Emirates, United Arab Emirates, were able to do the right things, that has increased the economy of that place. They have done right thing on the environment, and this has changed things in that country or that city of Dubai, and have made a lot of people to, start going to Dubai. So our own case can also be changed if the government of Anambra State, led by erudite professor of economics, Professor Chukuma Soludo Mwambafo, if he can turn on the gears or change the gear truly on this policy on environment, repainting the houses in the street, major streets, and roads in the state. There is no point of building roads if you are not putting the street corners in order. There is no point of spending billions if we are not going to make our environment better, because environment being better will help to attract more visitors into the homeland, and more visitors coming into the homeland will re-engineer demand for goods and services. They will re-engineer demand for houses, and houses, once there is demand, the price will start going up, and the price going up will add more money to property owners, landlords, business owners, and this will also spread the wealth what they have just acquired by increasing their purchasing power. And by spending, they are also helping to create jobs. And that's what we are all about. We are discussing about. So that's what we're discussing. And I do believe that what we are talking about is making sense. I don't know if you believe what we are talking is making sense. So that's what we are talking about. And we cannot stop talking about it unless things change in the homeland. And we believe that things will surely change in the homeland. We believe that things will surely change, that the homeland must surely change. We believe that our homeland must be changed. There will be growth in the homeland. There will be growth. There will be growth in the homeland. The homeland will grow. We believe that the homeland will grow. It cannot continue how it is at the moment. So I do believe that we need to do more. The government will not be just talking about it, because some of the people that are leading this campaign are some of those that have been in the government of other in the state, like the government of the past governor of Anambra State, Soludo Obicubana. Could remember this man that is in charge of urban renewal. I've forgotten his name. He was the environmental commissioner during then. But you can see that he failed because he did not change the environment. But that's why Soludo must also be up and running to make sure that he drive them on. Because maybe when the other governor was in power, there was no passion, there's no there's no policy on environment. Because as a commissioner, he was a former commissioner of environment, he failed. He failed because the environment was in a mess. Everywhere was in a mess. So that's why Soludo must not handle his aides with kid gloves. He must be up and doing in making sure that this should not end up like other policies of government in Anambra State, in Nigeria, that always advertise nice programs or nice policies, but implementation, they score 0 on them. So he must be up and running. The governor must be up and running with his team this time around, that the failures of the past cannot continue, because if he continued, he will not augur well for the homeland. And remember, have high hopes on him, that Soludo should not fail. People have high hope that Soludo will succeed. And it's up to him for to be passionate enough and to believe also, and not to let down the trust people has on him. So if he will sustain this, the homeland will be greened. The homeland environment will be greened. The street corners will be repainted with color coded, and the economy will so much grow that the common masses will cry no more. The people will cry no more. Those who have no job will have jobs. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. If we touch environment, employment will be everywhere. If we do environment, employment will be everywhere. If we care for environment, employment will be everywhere. If we touch environment, employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. People will have job. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Multiples of job, employment will be everywhere. The poor will smile, employment will be everywhere. The poor will be rich, employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. There will be more job. Employment will be everywhere. There will be more job. Employment will be everywhere. There will be so much job. Employment will be everywhere. Everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Employment will be everywhere. Let's touch environment, employment will be everywhere. Let's move environment, employment will be everywhere. Let's support environment, employment will be everywhere. Thank you very much for all your support. I remain Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Thank you for staying with us. I hope that you had a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful period listening to what we are talking about. But we cannot be doing this alone. Without your support, what we are doing is completely a waste of time and a waste of space. That's why I need you to come to the comment section and join with me as we share ideas, as we talk about this. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. We want this channel to keep on growing. We want it to be monetized so that we'll be able to bring you better contents than what you are seeing at the moment. I promise not to fail you in what we are in this channel, and my promise is to bring something that will bring joy and happiness, and something that can help to get the environment moving and get our homeland change for good. Thank you very much for always being there for us. I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. I will see you in the next video. Bye, and stay wonderfully wherever you are, and bless. Be blessed.